I don't know why. You have something to say?
I know why.
She knows why.
Abby giving you attitude.
Abby's giving me a lot of attitude. We're giving each other both attitude.
I'm just laughing because he walks around saying, "Fuck Dan."
Saying what?
Fuck dog.
Admittedly, I was gonna tell him.
I wanted to.
Admittedly, for the past 48 hours, I've been like, fuck Dan. Fuck the Dama.
Fuck
Yeah, fuck Dan, that silly fucking wanker. I knew you probably wouldn't care. I felt bad saying it, but I knew that it was okay to say.
I appreciate after he said it, he'd go, "No, I love Dan."
You got Debbie's approval. Debbie's in agreement.
Oh, fuck Dan, Debbie.
Fuck Dan.
Fucker.
Such a cunt.
But more
Why can't Dan
specifically,
just say that our problems matter, guys?
fuck the Dama.
Why can't Dan just admit that everything sucks?
Everything sucks so much.
Everything sucks balls.
Right?
But oh no, here's Dan Goldfield saying, "Ooh, it's all in your head. Ooh, you've just got to practice."
I guess you're not a good sucker then, huh?
Good sucker.
Everything sucks according to us.
I don't get it. I don't understand.
Okay, I'll leave you to get roasted by Alex.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna roast you like I'm gonna roast my lamb tonight.
Ooh, lamb. Mmm.
Oh no, I'm hungry now.
Tasty.
Oh, you guys like lamb?
I do.
Oh, fuck
I
yeah.
wouldn't choose to eat lamb. Lamb was the animal that kicked off my vegetarian phase. I was driving up to North Wales for a show one time, and a group of little lamb
Oh no.
bounded across the road.
Oh shit.
And I, like, you know, they were so in the road that I had to stop my van,
Oh,
and
shit.
that began my adventure into vegetarianism.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sad face.
So, of all of the animals, I think I would choose least to eat lamb. I'm no longer vegetarian. I eat meat occasionally, but I think lamb would be at the bottom of my list because of the fact that, like, it has to be a baby,
Okay. Don't destroy it for me.
right? It has to be
Does
a
it?
baby.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Lamb
Yes.
is a baby sheep, dude.
Shit.
Oh, I've just destroyed Alex's whole.
Oh, Abby says she'll be fine.
Ice Queen.
Suppress that shit.
She's very
Give
strong.
a fuck.
Okay.
I'm dead. I might as well eat it and appreciate its life, other than some other person who's just gonna eat it to eat it.
Yeah. That's what she said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Want to meet Deb?
Hello.
Wait, show Deb.
Hi.
This is Abby, Deb.
Hi, Abby. How are
Hello.
See
Nice
us.
to meet you.
Hold
you?
on.
Nice to meet
Cassie
you.
got along well. She likes art.
How are you? What are you doing?
I'm pretty
Nope.
good.
That's nice.
I'm not. I just woke up, so I'm not anything.
You're really good right now.
Okay, all right.
Bye.
She said bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Um,
Me and Alex talk about
Yeah.
how shit everything is now.
it's the first time we're making. What? Oh, ooh, there is a box. What box is this? Is this for me? Oh, it's from Amanda. 1 second, Dan. What is this? Is this my present?
What?
Is this my present? Just kidding.
Oh.
All right, I'll see you in a bit. Oh man, no man. So, wow, it's nice out. It's kind of warm. Kind of cool. So I just want to tell you a little bit about what I've been noticing. I've noticed a very direct resentment toward the Dhamma.
What did the Dhamma ever do to you?
It's interesting because I know I've had days where I was like, oh, fuck this, I don't want to do this anymore. But like an hour later, I'd be practicing. Which, I mean, at some level, it's impossible for me to not practice. But I've never had so much of a direct, intentional resentment toward the Dhamma.
Intentional. Why would you
Intentional.
tend to resent the Dhamma? Lost your brother.
I think usually I'll be like, what did I do wrong? Or, I didn't do this enough, or, beat up on myself, which I think I have been doing. It's been masqueraded as resentment toward the Dhamma. It's I've never had this before. It's just like, I kind of threw my hands up in the air and it was like, fuck that. I'm not going anywhere near that. I'm not sitting. I'm not going to take a breath. I'm not, even when I noticed yesterday that my...
How's that going for you?
Well, obviously I'm breathing.
Obviously.
I've just noticed that, yeah, I don't know. I've noticed, like, the more and more I don't practice, the more and more I don't want to.
Okay.
Like, I think I'm scared too. I think I got like such a great, I don't know, it's kind of like that trip I had, I guess, where I felt like so much freedom and then I got it taken away from me. I've encountered so many experiences like that.
It got taken away from you by what or whom?
Not by anyone, I don't really believe that I got it taken away from me, but it feels like that.
Okay.
Are you cutting me off on purpose?
Sometimes.
All right.
Why might I want to do that? Oh. I see that.
I don't know, man. I went at this so hardcore. I was like, I was ready to go. I was like, okay, I'm a new student now. I'm going to do this. I can do this. I'll do whatever it takes. I'm done with my suffering. I'm ready to like really take that next level and like let it go, be done with it, not entertain it, not, make interpretations, not spend days thinking about it or wondering about it or looking at it even.
Woohoo! Sounds
And
great, doesn't it?
what?
Sounds great, doesn't it? Wouldn't that be a relief?
It would be, man. I think what would help at this moment, I don't know what you're trying to do with cutting me off as I'm sharing what I've been experiencing, but what I think would be helpful is if you could kind of see where I'm going or understand what I'm intending to say, which I'm not very clear about myself. Like I don't have, the more and more you interrupt me, the more I lose my words of what I was going to say to you. Or I just might not have had them anyway. I don't think I really did. If you have any idea of like where I'm going with that, and you understand where I'm coming from, or you had any experience like this yourself, it'd be really great to hear that right now, because I've seriously, it looks very different. It looks very different to me now than it did 2 days ago. The thought of like sitting 5 to 6 times a day and being in seclusion practice and, I see you this, I see you that, I see you this, I see you that, whole new attitude. It just sounds so fucking overwhelming and like a lot of hard work and tiring to get such great results. And then, if I'm fucking sick again or something, I'm going to lose it all. Like, I don't know.
Again, I encourage you to consider time frame.
Yeah. Okay.
You gave this a couple of days. You got sick, you got tired, and now you're upset that you lost that progress. As we've spoken about, what you've entered into here with these more deliberate practices is much more like a skill development. And if a drum student comes to me and says, I practiced my ass off for 2 days, then I took a rest and I forgot everything, so fucked off, I'm never playing the drums again. Does that sound reasonable to you?
No, but I don't think that would happen.
You don't think what would happen? That they would lose everything that they practiced?
Yeah.
They would lose a lot? 2 days is not long enough to solidify something, to establish something. What, you want to be able to practice something for 2 days and then take your foot entirely off the gas and for everything to just sustain itself?
No,
You're working against 30 years of conditioning here, and you want to put 2 days against it and for it to remain when you take your foot off the gas.
It's just so fucking hard. It's fucking hard, man.
Learning stuff is hard.
This isn't learning stuff, bro. This is like rewiring the fucking mind as it is.
We take the analogy of skill development in this practice, the best we've got. And in that analogy of skill development, 2 days is no time at all. Now, you can actually upset that apple cart by saying, I don't need any time at all. I just need right now. And I'm going to clean out that mind no matter how obstructed it is. And I'm going to acknowledge that as a success. Is that more or less in the direction of Dukkha Nirodha? I have a fork in the road here. I can keep telling myself this story about what's gone on these past few days. Or I can just do the practice again. Which of those feels more like relief?
I think doing the practice again sounds like more relief, but it's scarier because at least I don't have to risk it being taken away from me again or risk losing it.
Here's where agency comes into the picture. You earned all of that good stuff you experienced. You can earn it again. And just like with any other skill, as you continue to do what you got to do to earn all of that cool stuff, it gets easier. Just like any other skill. Just like the skill of acting. Just like the skill of sales. Just like the skill of drums. 2 days training is not very long in any of those, nor any other skill development. So consider time frame. Now, did I spend time in the ditch? You know I did. Did every other practitioner spend time in the ditch? We know they did. This is never a simple linear thing. If we plot skill on the y-axis and time on the x-axis, it is not a linear plot, it's spiky. But the general trajectory is upward over time. Now, if you don't want that spiky, you don't have to practice. If you don't want what comes with observing the mind so closely, engaging in these practices so fully, you don't have to engage in them. But if you're anything like me, and I think you are, what you find is that the Dharma is the solution to your complaint about the Dharma. Why indeed would you call me up? If it's fuck Dan, fuck the Dharma. Yeah, here we are.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I was the same. We know this is the solution. We know this is the way out of dissatisfaction. We've seen enough. We've seen so much that we can get horrendously fucked off with it and still come back. What else has potential to bring us freedom from that dissatisfaction?
Oh, I gotta zip my coat. Why am I so fucking resistant to it then? I feel so resistant. Like I don't, for the life of me, I don't want to go anywhere near those practices.
That's up to you. Always will be. It's always up to each individual practitioner whether they practice or not.
But it's like in between. It's like limbo, because I also don't want to just lay in bed and dwell in my feelings.
So experiment. What happens when I'm resistant to the practice? What happens when I engage in the practice anyway? What happens when I forget the whole thing? What happens when I distract myself? What happens when I call Dan? What happens when I breathe? What happens when I sigh? What happens when I allow myself to feel shitty about all of this? Say, okay, well, does it matter? Does it matter how I feel about it? Have I found any alternative that comes even close as a solution to my dissatisfaction? Maybe go try and find something else. Go try badminton. Go try hookers. Go try whatever you can think of.
No, I don't want to try any of that shit.
Yeah, badminton.
I just think maybe I just want to be dissatisfied.
You've been trained to be dissatisfied. When we're trained into something hard enough, it's synonymous with our own desire. For all intents and purposes, there's no difference.
You know, if I'm being... Hey, Merry Christmas. Thank you. Thanks for your card, by the way. Maybe I just want to enjoy being dissatisfied.
Great. Enjoyment is the whole show. So if you can enjoy being dissatisfied, you're no longer dissatisfied.
Just to be honest, bro, I've never felt so jaded and cynical.
Cool. Can you enjoy that? Can you let it go? Can you see it as part of the process? Can you consider the possibility that there might be something to try differently next time? I'm not a gambling man, but if I were, I would bet on a next time.
What do you mean, try differently? What?
Practice. Don Morato recommends being gung-ho, enthusiastic. We want to stop short of burnout. And if we observe the story of your practice, if we use the past as evidence, as data, we can see, well, yeah, Alex does have a tendency to grab it by the throat and really try to do it aggressively. Perhaps on the right effort dial, that's too tight. Perhaps this is all so simple as you becoming ill. And can you let yourself off the hook for that? Illness is one of the things to be accepted. Old age, sickness, and death.
Hope you guys have a good Christmas.
Thanks. You too.
Inevitable in this human form. In a way, brother, you're like the child who has had his toy taken away.
Yes.
So you say, no, I don't want my toy. This is how we're trained. We're spoilt. So we behave like brats. Can we instead say, well, I like my toy when it's around. I'm okay when it's not around. Let me find something else to play with. Can you play with this? Can you find Dukkha Nirodha in this? Acceptance in this? Success in this? Where's the success here? What counts as objective success in your experience right now?
That I can see my cynicism.
Yep. Anything else?
That's old news. I've been doing that.
Oh, wow, it doesn't count then. Gee, well, I've taken a breath before. Maybe the breath doesn't count.
I don't know anymore.
Yeah, you do, or you wouldn't have called. If you really thought fuck the Dharma, you wouldn't have called me. Because you know I wouldn't give you anything else.
Yeah, I know. I think I was hoping that you would say something that would just get me off this track.
Say it yourself. Doesn't even have to be a word.
It's not even what I'd want you to say. I just don't even think there is that. I don't think there is anything.
You're open to the possibility of it. Now let's just skip the words and go to the result. You're aware of some change that you would like to occur as a result of me saying some magic string of words. Well, I don't know any spells. I don't have any incantations that can move you along this path. So why don't you just go ahead and move along it yourself? Just take that next step, regardless of all of this. You know how to practice. Just fucking do it. Get this whole big story you're winding yourself up with. Take that next step. Well, here we go again. Hi ho, it's off to work we go.
It's weird. I feel like I don't want to because I want something or someone to be punished.
Interesting. There's some new seeing.
Yeah, it is. I've never seen it before.
But
I also think it's the first time it's ever happened, but maybe it's...
Well, doesn't matter. Why and how and who?
Why? Because of the dissatisfaction that I've encountered over the past couple days after having a starkly contrasting great experience, great results. How? By intentionally not doing any deliberate practices that bring relief.
Who does that punish?
Well, I want to say it feels like a big like fuck you to Dharma, and to you and to every teacher, and it's like,
Do you think we give a fuck? Who does not doing that practice punish?
well, I know like the right scholarly answer would be myself, but I don't feel like I'm actually punishing myself, or I'm resistant to the idea.
So you did this practice and you had great results. Now you're not doing that practice and you feel like shit.
I don't even feel like shit anymore. It's not even that bad.
Then what's the problem?
What there is just contempt,
Contempt.
anger.
Why? What did we ever do to you? Me and my pal, the Dharma.
Well, I guess like the past year and a half, I was doing this shit with Artem's Discord, and I decided to really pick up on what you're saying and what Dhammarado's saying, and try it full on for size.
Mm-hmm.
Got awesome results.
Mm-hmm.
I left the Discord server because I didn't want to actually keep reading it, and I'm pissed because I know there's a possibility of me not failing, but like burning out again from enthusiasm, from getting great results, and then being in this exact same spot again. And I know there's no way, it doesn't seem like there's any going back, because there's been like a perspective shift for me, I guess, is what you could say. There seems to be a shift in my perspective that has a kind of permanence to it, and that I don't look at the whole process of awakening or pain or suffering the same way. I see it more now, even when I'm not deliberately practicing, as the Buddha's path of seeing dukkha before it comes, seeing it when it comes, and not really needing to do anything with it, or you know uh, swim in the puddle of it, or talk about it, or interpret it. And like I spend less time all of these analyses and conclusions, and talking about these experiences I'm having on the path. It's more just like, okay, what's happening right now? Oh, clearly you're not present. Oh, there were thoughts. Oh, there they are again. There they are again.
Okay.
They
Before
are
you
again.
get too far from where you started with all that, can I encourage you to take all of it as an experiment rather than as something that must lead to results? Can I encourage you to see all of that as an exercise in gathering data, in observing, in learning?
I don't know. Maybe it's just the way my brain is. Maybe I don't have the ability to do that.
Well, you could, if you like, proceed on the basis that your brain just has certain characteristics and there's nothing you can do about them. Or you could proceed on the basis that, no, I can influence the mind. Now, I flirted with both of those options for a long time. In the end, I saw enough evidence that it was just better to Act as if I am able to influence the mind.
Well, that's what I was doing.
Great! What happened?
I don't know, man.
You had a great experience.
I got sick, and then it was hard to keep doing, and I just got upset that I had to keep doing it in order to sustain it, and I couldn't do it because I was sick. So I basically had to like start all over again.
So, like the small child who has some success in walking and then finds for some reason that all they can do is bump on their ass. Maybe they throw a tantrum. And the only question that's important at that point is, does the child want to walk? If it does, it gets up and tries again. Maybe it tries differently this time. That's how learning goes. You've learned stuff before and you'll learn stuff again. Now, the small child has no wisdom. It's just going to keep acting on emotion until those chemicals run out. With you, there's the possibility of saying, I am not going to keep having a tantrum because I see that it's not helpful. I'm just going to get up and try again. I'm just going to take that next step. Maybe I don't place my foot down so hard this time. Maybe I see that there was perhaps an energy expenditure to that extreme enthusiasm. But I don't know. It's possible here that the only thing that really got in the way was illness, and that actually to try again in exactly the same way would be the appropriate next step. I don't know. See, this is all an experiment to me.
Mm-hmm.
I have the benefit of a certain amount of data from my own practice and from that of others who I've worked with. Dhammarato has the benefit of even greater data. So we just work with that data. We experiment, we investigate. That's all the Buddha's path is.
All right.
All right. You will, at some point, sooner or later, get up and take that next step. And it might be tomorrow. It might be when we finish this call. It might be before we finish this call. It might be in 20 years after you've gone and explored all of the gratifications that the world can provide. And it might be only then that you decide, well, do you know what? The benefit is worth the cost. Because I've been huffing and puffing with all this phenomena trying to get satisfaction. And it doesn't fucking work. How long is that detour going to be? I don't think it's going to be very long. But you can keep kicking and screaming for a few more days yet if you like.
No, I can see a way in which it would be helpful to maybe start off gently.
Yeah.
Again, even if it's just like maybe I just started too fast. Even though I got great results, maybe it was too much for me to Cure became the disease, so to speak. I got so many great results that I became obsessed with sustaining them, and it made me exhausted. So
Sounds like
maybe I could just do the 4 to 5 sits a day, the seclusion sessions, and just do that for like a couple weeks or something, or heck, even a week. I didn't even do that for a week until I added something else into the mix. I did it for like 2 days, and then Dhammarato was like, okay, well, now you want to also start like, I mean, he actually didn't even really give me instructions. I kind of like created the lesson plan myself and then asked him if that was correct, and he said yes.
okay.
So I mean, I
And
was
now-
hyperly being aware of every thought I was having in every second, and noticing when I was trailing off, not being present, and then doing this wow exercise while also doing 4 to 5 sits a day, while also cultivating a whole new attitude with it, while also, also. So maybe it's just going to be, maybe I just taught myself a lesson and just realized, well, my enthusiasm and my obsession, with like grabbing things by the horns, ultimately hurts. Which
sounds
is
reasonable to me.
like what the Buddha is saying, I guess, with the strings too tight or too loose, the right effort. That's what it is, right?
You got it. What was the affliction that the monk experienced at the beginning of that story? Can you remember?
No.
Soles of his feet were bleeding because he'd been practicing too much walking meditation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Loosen up.
Okay.
And let me know how you do.
Okay.
I love you.
I love you too, man.
Bye, brother.
Bye-bye.